Let's watch this video real quick, 10 minutes, which means, well, minus the ad, I guess. We'll start over, fuck it, whatever, it's fine. Yeah, Father, is it over? The final set of World of Warcraft.
The problem with Blizzard Entertainment
Let's see,
is
what
they
is the
really
problem?
struggle to make a good game anymore.
No. They struggle to make a game anymore. The games they make are not games anymore. They're just monetization projects.
Don't you guys think? Overwatch 2 is just a copy-paste of the
Overwatch 2 is a patch for Overwatch 1. It's a DLC. It shouldn't even be a separate game. It's a DLC.
original game. Diablo Immortal
Is a copy of Diablo 3.
was a complete dumpster fire with its
That too.
microtransactions allowing you to quite literally pay to win the game.
What?
World of Warcraft has been a joke for some time now, and overall
I wonder why. Why is World of Warcraft a joke? Maybe because like they're doing the same old thing, then people moved on.
the mood in the community is that Blizzard has just completely lost their touch. And if nothing else, they certainly have lost their touch with connecting with their audience. You guys, me, and all of us. Now, many of you sitting here,
You guys, me, and all of us. Who else is left if it's you guys and him?
are probably ready to comment, or have already left a comment, that WoW
Yeah.
is a dead game.
Basically.
It's over. But I wouldn't say
No, I don't think you should move on. I mean, I think you should try new things, sure, but it's fine to hope that World of Warcraft will one day be good. No, I don't think anyone's really against that. But you need to make Blizzard understand World of Warcraft is not good. Like, that's why it's not like move on and forget about it. I'm still hoping WoW becomes good. I really want to play WoW. It's just that there's no reason to play right now.
that just yet. In fact, I would say that we who remain, those of us holding on to the last shreds of hope, are perhaps on the precipice of World of Warcraft's final stand. But before we get into this video and what the possible future and the end of this game is going to look like, we have to thank today's sponsor.
Let's go.
This video was sponsored by Bloodline, Heroes of Lithis. Are you ready for
Oh damn, they're just as aggressive as Raid Shadow Legends. This is like the second time I see Bloodline. I think the third time in total, but like second in like 2 days.
Strategic card-based mobile RPG game set within a rich fantasy universe of orcs, elves, lycans, and demons.
Wow.
My friends, this game may just be for you. If
Oh.
you're ready, click the link down below in the description and prepare yourself, because welcome to Bloodline, Heroes of Lithis, featuring beautiful 3D graphics, action-packed gameplay, fast-paced combat, easy-to-use controls, and a unique air system. Collect a large variety of champions as you play the game. Make them more powerful over time, and then marry some of them together, combining their traits and skills through Bloodline's legacy system to create new champions, ready to be raised and prepared for the fires of Bloodline's rich world. And with your roster of champions now in hand,
And the dots seem
embark
pretty
on this
cool.
grand adventure to become
But I'm
the
sure there'll be like a thing online like what are the best combinations. And again, I'm sure the combinations are also RNG based and luck based. And there might be like stuff you can buy to increase the chance for your bloodline to be like 4-star, 5-star, some shit.
leader of the City of Light, the High Guardian in the world of Lithis. This game has just been released to the public, so if you would like to check it out, again, click the link down below in the description or scan the QR code on your screen right now. And if you decide to delve into the adventures of Bloodline, why not use my promo code BLDHOL1 to get you started with a champion token, 100,000 gold, and 100 free diamonds. Whether you're a fan of collecting heroes, legacy systems in video games, action-packed combat, or just managing your own population in a fantasy universe, Bloodline Heroes of Lithis has much to offer to anybody who is ready to check out a new and epic mobile adventure. I remember being a young Nixxiom, laying in bed many days, thinking about what the end of World of Warcraft might look like. I loved WoW, the universe, the lore, raiding with my friends, role-playing, doing PvP, all of it. The game just felt so perfect with its community, full of inside jokes, caring developers, and future expansions to always look forward to. I remember wondering how it would all end. Would I move on and just grow bored of Azeroth, or would the game ultimately reach its end on its own? And if so, how? I always assumed it would be at the hands of another MMO, perhaps a Star Wars MMORPG.
Nah. I think I always knew that the only WoW killer is WoW itself. I don't think any other MMO is, because like it's so hard to steal people away when they're addicted. It's like, imagine like, have you anyone ever tried to make a religious person an atheist or an atheist person a religious person? It's pretty hard. Like, set of beliefs are just hard to change.
I had to guess at the time. Never would I have imagined that World of Warcraft's death would come at the hands
Oh,
of the
Corsair,
very company
nice.
that created it. Like a child, Blizzard seemed to nurture this game, its universe and community, so the idea of the company neglecting something that brought to them so much success seemed far-fetched and ridiculous. And yet here we are, facing the reality that World of Warcraft might just be at its end. Dragonflight is on the horizon for launch this year, according to the recent announcements. Turns out the video I made recently on the release date potentially being leaked was wrong, so don't crucify me in the comments section over that. And we also have Wrath of the Lich King releasing soon, which many classic players have said will be their
That's like a bait for people to go watch that video and just type in wrong.
final expansion. Let's be honest, not too many people care about World of Warcraft past the death of everybody's favorite Warcraft 3 character, Arthas Menethil.
I mean, yeah, big true. Honestly, after Arthas died, they should have started working on villains for like future generations instead of each expansion having its own villain, like massive villain that you defeat. Like Sargeras should have been like something you work towards throughout like 3 expansions, and then you get to fight actually Sargeras. Then the Jailer should have been something you work towards for 3 expansions. That's already 6 extra expansions, right? So that would be where we are now, basically, right? It's like, and you would still have the old gods to deal with. You would still have like all this other shit, and then go into like other stuff. But yeah, it should have been like something that develops over 3 expansions. Each major villain, you know. The Cataclysm should have went into Old Gods right away. Like that was literally what it was, instead of just pivoting to like something completely different. I guess maybe they didn't, right? Because they went for Mists after, which also had Old Gods. But I mean, I don't know. I guess technically they did. Legion, WoD into Legion is also 2 Legion expansions. But BFA Echelons have no correlation at all. It's like one is Old God and one is Arthas against. Like, it's weird.
The Lich King. So as you can see, we're in a little bit of a situation here. Shadowlands was a terrible expansion that drove away so many from World of Warcraft to games like Final Fantasy, Elder Scrolls Online, Star Wars The Old Republic,
no, only you.
Games. And if
it's like Nixxiom, you're the only one who went to Star Wars The Old Republic, I think.
Dragonflight isn't a decent expansion full of fun and flavor to draw back in that lost population and rehook them to the adventures of Azeroth, and World of Warcraft retail is going to officially be sunk. Now sure, there's still going to be people that are going to play it, but it will be nowhere near what it used to be in the past, or even nowhere near where it was over the past few years in terms of population. Legion will have been retail WoW's last big boom. Now for what it's worth, I do think Dragonflight could be a good expansion. Maybe. It has a relatively simple, down-to-earth and grounded story about going to a mysterious dragon island,
which also makes no sense.
World of Warcraft enemies we know and love. Centaur make an appearance. We see the Tuskar from Wrath of the Lich King.
It's like, you know how Diablo Immortal was like Diablo Greatest Hits? I feel like they're trying to make Dragonflight with as Warcraft's greatest hits with like the races. It's like, oh, Tuskars are back, nice, we love Tuskars. Oh, Centaurs are back, nice, that's like vanilla classic right there, you know. Well, dragons, yo, that's vanilla.
And of course, we're probably going to be killing a lot of evil dragons, I would expect. The story seems simple, one of exploration, adventure, and dragon riding and slaying. Who doesn't love a good story about going to kill a dragon? Anyone here a fan of The Hobbit by chance?
Honestly, I'm over killing dragons. I'm over befriending. I'm over dragons. Dragons is just way overdone, I think, at this point. It's like, especially in WoW, when you deal with fucking demons and celestial fucking powers, man. I don't give a shit about dragons at this point. Dragons are like, okay, this is what the dragons really are in WoW. So you have the Pantheon, which made mini Pantheon, the Titans, on Azeroth, and these Titans made the dragons. That's how little. And from the Pantheon, Sargeras beat the fuck out of them, and he's on the level of what's it called? Okay, so here, let me do. This is why I don't give a shit about dragons, right? So let's do this. Dragons, right? It's like red, and it's big, right? It's, wow, dragon. But then what you do is you take dragon, cut it, you make it this tiny little thing, even smaller. And from here, okay, who made the dragons? Who made the dragons? Oh, it was the Titans. So from here, oh, Titans. Let's go with blue for the Titans. Yeah, Titans. All right. Now we're talking. Now these are the big boys, right? These are like, right? They're bigger than dragons, so they're like, because they're Titans, and they made the dragons. All right, cool. So let's take all of this now. Mini. There we go. All right. Titans. Who are these Titans? Oh, let's see. So they were made by the Pantheons. Pantheon. Okay. Pantheon's gonna be green for life. Pantheon. All right, cool. Now the reason the Titans were made by the Pantheon is because the Titans demolished this group called the Old Gods. All right. Old Gods. Old Gods are purple, obviously. Let's be real. Okay. Nice. Here are the Old Gods. All right. Now, the Pantheon, they're pretty strong, right? They're so strong that they lost to one other Pantheon called. Oop. No. Okay. They lost to Sargeras. He's fell. So let's make it different green. Ooh, Sargeras. All right. Now, on the same level as Sargeras, based on Blizzard, which makes absolutely no sense, we have. This is the same level. We have the. My bad. We have the Jailer. The Jailer is dark blue. Is he? He's domination, so he has to be black. Never mind. All right. Not the character, the color of the name. Jailer. Now, apparently, in all of this, we also have Void Lords. Okay, so we have the Void Lords. Void Lords. Also purple. Okay. Now, so let's see. We dealt with, in Classic, we dealt with the dragons, and we dealt with the somewhat we dealt with Titans. Oh, and by the way, from the Jailer, so wait a second. So we're gonna make this even smaller because the Jailer told us that there is mysterious cosmic threat Nice. A mysterious cosmic threat. That's bigger than the jailer. Right. Now, a loon is probably somewhere around this level. So the jailer is stronger than the covenants. We never dealt with the covenant, so it doesn't matter. However, let's say that approximately at this level, somewhere here, somewhere around here, we have a loon. Let's make her pink because reasons. Right? Yep. There we go. We have a loon. And a loon's pet is way over here. So we technically, a loon is not an evil person, right? And it's like she's the same power. She's the same power as the Covenant leaders, apparently ish, not as much as the jailer. But a loon has a pet dragon, and that pet dragon is over here. So the reason I don't give a shit about dragons is because we have. Let's move this. Let's move this here. Move this towards the center. Let's delete this. Let's make this thing. So we have this mysterious new cosmic threat, which is bigger than all of these. These guys don't give a shit. Okay? These guys don't even matter. And here's the thing. We haven't even dealt with the Void Lords. There. So, we are literally taking a break from everything that is bigger than dragons to deal with dragons. So why don't I care about dragons? Because we dealt with so much shit and we just were warned about a mysterious cosmic threat. Yeah, these dragons, honestly, if I can just like slap Alexstrasza with and kill her with one hit, you make absolutely no sense at this point. This is why, by the way, I haven't even been showing this. This is why I don't give a shit. Let's see if I can like go all the way back. Yeah. Okay, so we started with dragons. Now here's the story. Dragons is a very tiny thing because dragons were made by titans. I moved titans over here. Titans are also a tiny thing because titans were made by the Pantheon. Okay? The Pantheon made the titans because they had to deal with the old gods. Sargeras beat the Pantheon alone, so he's above the Pantheon. Okay? Jailer is on the same level as the Pantheon, as Sargeras. Okay? The Void Lords are pretty much on the same level as Sargeras because that's what scared the shit out of him. I'm talking about all the Void Lords together, apparently. I don't know how many there are. Maybe there's only one. I don't know. We don't know anything about them. Now, the Jailer told us that there's a mysterious cosmic threat that apparently he needed all the powers of that he could gather under him and dominate in order to fight it. So that's definitely bigger than the Jailer. Otherwise, he would not do what he did, apparently. All right, and bigger than Sargeras and the Void Lords, obviously. Now here we have a loon, which has a pet dragon. Okay, and everything goes towards this mysterious cosmic threat that is much bigger than everything. We completely took a break from that. We skipped the Void Lords, and now we go back to dragons. So I'm assuming dragons gonna lead us to old gods to Void Lords somehow, instead of how about like the actual Void beings that we met, like the traders and stuff like that? No, we're gonna deal with fucking dragons. Yeah, I don't give a shit about dragons, man. It's too late. It's too little. It doesn't matter. If I cannot slap, like I said earlier, if I cannot slap Alexstrasza with one shotter with just my bare fist, this expansion makes absolutely no sense. So let's go.
Can't wait for Amazon to ruin Lord of the Rings. It's gonna be
Too
great.
late.
Blizzard
Didn't they already do it?
focusing on what works with Dragonflight. A simple storyline, classic fantasy, no real major changes or game-breaking ideas like garrisons. And what ideas they do have, they've stolen from other games like Guild Wars 2,
Which is
aka
nothing new.
Dragonflying. And as we all know, Blizzard is at their best when they are stealing ideas from other companies. Isn't
Yes.
that right, Games Workshop, Team Fortress 2, and you guys get the idea.
Yeah.
But guys, Dragonflight is gonna have a lot
Except
to salvage.
Diablo.
Let's be
I
real.
believe Diablo
Shadowlands
was
storytelling was
their own
complete
thing.
ass, boring and forgettable. And so Dragonflight needs to deliver something epic and memorable. Where
It won't.
Shadowlands had repetitive and dull features like Torghast, Dragonflight's content will need to be engaging and worth
Not gonna
boasting
happen.
over. And lastly, where Shadowlands
Dude, if they couldn't change Torghast at the end of the expansion to make it fun and engaging, I doubt any new system they're gonna put in will be fun and engaging. The only way Blizzard knows how to make anything fun and engaging is by making you do it.
added little in terms of creativity to World of Warcraft, Dragonflight's patch cycle will need to add more and more and more to the game to really entice players to keep playing, committing to the expansion, and having fun.
I don't even
Now
know
we
what
have
the
Wrath of
cinematic
the Lich
is.
King, on the other hand, and that's a whole other story. Obviously, Wrath is
Not
considered
really.
World of Warcraft in its prime by many people across the
And the thing is, it was because story-wise, like, if you think about gameplay and stuff, it's like, it's okay. For that day standards, I guess it was good. Today's standards, I mean, it's dog shit. The story was already played out. I don't think Wrath Classic is gonna be very successful outside of like new raid release, and even that maybe.
globe. So it's only natural we're going to see a boom in Classic WoW's population size once the Wrath servers go live. Veteran players will return, committed Classic players will jump ship from TBC, people who never played Wrath will check
I love
it
that
out.
people were like, "Oh, Classic is the best expansion," and they jump ship as soon as the next expansion comes out. Like,
Overall, the
Fucking
release
idiots.
should be successful.
Uh-huh.
Death Knights, Northrend, the Lich King. There's a lot to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Classic fans are even getting a treat of Blizzard listening to the feedback over the past few years,
Oh, yeah?
deciding to keep LFD out of Wrath of the Lich King, despite its introduction into the game during this.
what I love the most about them keeping LFD out of Wrath. First of all, didn't Wrath introduce LFD? But anyways, they're keeping Wrath out of LFD. And the people who are like hashtag no changes and stuff are also like, some of them are mad about, because, well, this will just make people, because now it's going to be hard to get into dungeons and grind levels and level up fast. These are the people who are going to buy boosts.
Time. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. No more LFG spam. Naxxramas is apparently getting buffed. We are going to see an entirely new Wrath of the Lich King that
No,
is
you
sure
won't.
to win the hearts of many players worldwide. At least
Nah,
hopefully.
really.
But what happens next? Will Classic WoW just die?
As much as I like optimistic people, Nixxiom optimism is actually kind of annoying me, because it feels like it's a blind optimism or like something like that. It's like it's reasonless. Like, I love optimism when there's reason, but like there's no reason behind this optimism.
After Wrath? Well, in my recent video, Classic Plus could be the future of World of Warcraft, I went over exactly what I feel and what many people feel needs to be done in order to keep the Classic population alive and healthy after Wrath's release, and hopefully its success. If you'd like to check out that video, you can just click right up here. Because judging by all the positive praise that video received, I think you're going to enjoy it. At least, I think you'll enjoy what I and so many of us have suggested in regards to a future Classic Plus experience. So in conclusion, if Dragonflight fails to make an impact on the souls of potential World of Warcraft players worldwide, retail WoW is over. No king rules forever, and WoW will officially just slowly trickle down into oblivion. Maybe the
People have been saying it since BFA. I doubt it.
expansion after Dragonflight could save the game, but if Dragonflight goes down as a terrible expansion, if the expansion fails,
Bro, people who didn't leave yet, I doubt they'll leave at that point. But also, you're running out of good players. Blizzard, you're running out of good players. You're gonna keep making Mythic that hard, all the good players are gonna leave. You're not gonna have a lot of players doing your hard content.
I think what funding will go into the next expansion, especially after Shadowlands, I don't think the funding is going to be there for another big expansion after
Oh, probably not.
Dragonflight.
No.
I don't know. And there's Wrath of the Lich King, and yeah, sure, Wrath will
look, you can bring as many players as you want to Wrath. It's the sub numbers are not gonna be the thing that. I mean, if you have 13 million players, yeah, sure, but the sub numbers are not gonna be enough. Like you need to sell stuff like the store mounts and like and boosts and all that shit for to even make Wrath make sense for them to run servers for it.
Probably be a big success for classic World of Warcraft and its community, but what happens next? Most of us don't really want to play Cataclysm, or Warlords of Draenor, Battle for Azeroth, and all that stuff. So it's either keep the expansions coming out.
Oh, and I mean,
or...
see, I actually do not think they're making Cataclysm. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna go classic TBC Wrath servers like on rotation or some shit like that, Season of Mastery and stuff like that.
Commit maybe to the funding and the idea of making a completely overhauled Classic Plus experience, giving to us updated, new feature-filled Classic stuff that will blow the minds of even those of us who have played through Classic multiple times.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
What are they gonna do? Either way, all I'm really trying to say is this, guys. This is perhaps the last breath of World of Warcraft. Everything hinges on whether or not Dragonflight delivers and what happens after Wrath of the Lich King. I never thought, laying in my bed all those years ago, that this moment would come. Here it is. I can't even make a proper prediction on what is to come.
Season of Mastery for every, well, Season of Mastery type thing for Classic TBC and Wrath. They're gonna keep popping out expansions for WoW. They will eventually make it dumbed down even more. And they're gonna rush expansions, rush the story to make it end. But as far as I know, they have a story planned for the next 6 years or something like that.
I can only hope that maybe, just maybe, my favorite game still has a few surprises left in store for us. Prizes that will ignite the same wonder in me today the game did all those years ago when I first was adventuring Azeroth, Outland, and Northrend, making a name for myself in this epic fantasy universe I grew to love. Guys, thank you for watching the video. Please give it a like, leave a comment on what you think the future of World of Warcraft might look like, and I will see you all with my next video.
Well, let's hope Microsoft can do something with this shit show. But again, I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it.